Hey everyone, this is the Untwisted Voice. Thanks for stopping by and watching my video. If you could take a second, can you please subscribe to my channel? I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and with your help, I'll get there sooner than later. And thanks again for stopping by. What I want to talk about today, I want to talk about 3 traps that people get in 12-step programs. 3 of them. 3 things that people do that throw them off their journey of recovery. The first one I want to talk about is thinking that stopping drinking is enough. Just to hang up the booze, stop the drink, is enough for long-term contented sobriety. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not enough. To quit drinking is a huge start for your journey of recovery. But to get the full impact of a recovered life or a fulfilled life, you must move on. You must get off of step 1. I went back out after 9 months and went back out again after 14 months. Not doing any changes in my life, just quitting the alcohol drove me crazy. The old saying is, if you silver up a drunken horse thief, they are still a horse thief. If you silver them up, they're still a horse thief. So we need to change the way we think, the way we feel, our behavior, who we hang around with. Just life in general has to change. We have to make some really big changes in order to get the full impact of a recovered life, of recovery. So is drinking enough? Stop drinking enough? No, it's not enough. And if you think it is, well, you might be in for a surprise. So we must move on from step 1 and move forward in our program. That's one trap that people get into, and I hear it all the time, and I see the same people in recovery programs talking about the same stuff, and it's basically step 1 they're talking about all the time. They're not moving on. They're thinking stop drinking is enough. Another one is going to meetings. People stop going to meetings. You know, the heat is off. Maybe the judge has told them that it's okay, we're not going to charge you. Just go to a 12-step program and get your life in order, and we're not going to charge you. Maybe the heat's off in court. Maybe your wife came back. Maybe your boss has gotten off your case. All those things relate to backing off on your meetings, don't they? I've seen it, I've heard it 1,000 times, that when life goes well, we tend to want to stop going to the meetings. And what happens is we slowly go back, we revert back to our old lives. You know, getting things back in your life, like your wife, maybe your kids are talking to you, maybe your financial situation improves, is all because of the meetings. All because of the 12-step group that you belong to. That's the reason you have all these things back. But people tend to taper off on their meetings, maybe 1 a week or 1 a month or 1 every second month or whatever it may be. And they wonder why their life starts returning back to craziness. It's because you stopped the meetings. Go to meetings all the time. If you're not feeling well, go to meetings. If you're happy, go to meetings. If you and your wife are getting along, go to meetings. If you're getting along at work, go to meetings. If you're not getting along at work, go to meetings. Do not stop going to meetings. It really is effective. I've been in program for over 25 years. I go to 2 to 3 meetings regularly, every week. Every week. It keeps me balanced. It's like the diabetic patient taking their insulin. It just keeps me emotionally, spiritually, and mentally balanced. So tapering off on your meetings or not going to meetings at all is a big, huge trap. It's a big, huge trap. Another one is getting active. And when I mean getting active, I mean working your steps, helping others in the program, working the traditions, getting a sponsor, doing all that stuff, setting up the meeting, setting up chairs, chairing your meeting, reading, whatever it may be, but getting active in your home group or AA in general, just getting active. And what that does for you as a person, what it does for me, it keeps you connected. It keeps you involved. And the more you're involved with a 12-step program and get active in it, you feel like you belong more. You really do. And I find people start not getting active, they start withdrawing from the program, get a feeling that they don't belong. They don't belong. They're not as joyful as they used to be. Helping others, helping in AA or 12-step program or whatever one you're involved with, really gives you a sense of belonging. And staying active, getting a sponsee, getting a sponsor. You're always talking about the steps, traditions, relationships. It always keeps your sobriety, your program fresh. So get active, even in a little way or a big way. So just for a brief recap, stop drinking is not enough. Just thinking that we need to put a plug on the jug is really not enough. And that's the number one trap I want to talk to you about, especially in early recovery. Just quitting the booze is really not enough. That's the number one trap. The second one is when the going gets good, or maybe when the going gets bad, we stop going to meetings. We stop going. We taper them off, maybe one a week, one a month, one every second month, and maybe one every 6 months. And before we know it, where's Joe gone? We don't see him anymore. And he shows back up 10 years later, his life is an effing mess. So keep going to meetings no matter what. No matter what the circumstance in your life. Don't fall in the trap that I don't need meetings anymore. And the third one is participating or being active in your program. It has a lot of benefits. It gets you away from yourself, but it keeps you involved and it keeps you fresh in your program. And a lot of people with long-term sobriety tend to back off from being active. And I hear them say, I don't feel like I belong. I don't feel like I'm wanted here. All those sort of things. But a lot of cure for that, or a remedy for that, is to get active in your 12-step group. Stay involved, even if it's a small way. Stay involved. If no one's asking you, go up and ask them. So stay involved. Your home group or A as a whole, stay active. Work your steps. Find somebody to work your steps with. Work your traditions. Help other people. Help with coffee. Everybody's always looking for a coffee maker. Set up chairs, greeters. There's lots of stuff you can do to stay involved. So number 3 is get active and stay active. Thanks a lot for watching my video. If you have a comment, can you please leave it below? And of course, can you please subscribe to my channel? This is the untwisted voice of Terry G. And as usual, look after yourself because it shows. Have a great day. And remember, one day at a time, okay? I'll catch you next time. Thanks for stopping by.